In an age of global environmental awareness, clean water tops the list of concerns in every nation on Earth. We at Pureflow are dedicated to designing and manufacturing water treatment systems that meet or exceed World Health Organization, Environmental Protection Agency, and State Department of Health standards. Water by Pureflow Filtration Division, cleaner than nature made. Ever since Pureflow designed and sold our first iron and manganese pressure filtration system in the early 1970s, we have sold economically sound, user-friendly filtration systems to municipalities and private water companies in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. The Pureflow process utilizes various proprietary and standard filter media combinations, depending on raw water quality parameters, that are designed to operate without the need to regenerate the media with acid or potassium permanganate. And at every step of the process, from pilot testing to full-scale filtration systems, we take pride in providing unparalleled personal customer service and support. The cities of Yuma, Arizona, Blythe, California, and Stowe, Vermont have all had great success with the Pureflow system for iron and manganese removal. And the Aqua Viva treatment plant in Yuma won the prestigious AWPCA Water Plant of the Year Award for 2005.
Well, like most groundwater in Arizona, the water pumped from the Aqua Viva plant is high in minerals. We have calcium, magnesium, chloride, and sulfates. We also have high levels of iron and manganese. These are what cause the most problem because they will discolor clothing in the laundry and also stain your plumbing fixtures. We tried sequestering, but the iron and manganese plated out on the inside of hot water tanks and plumbing fixtures. Pureflow provided the process that we needed to successfully remove the iron and manganese from our drinking water. My experience with the Pureflow team can be summed up in professionalism, knowledgeable, and dedicated to their job. They believe in their system, they take ownership of their system, and they do not walk away from the system until they're 100% sure that not only is it working well, but the plant staff that will operate it has the knowledge to make it work well.
When the city initially selected the site location and we drilled our 2 additional wells, we tested the water and we sent these samples to Pureflow and actually had Pureflow come out and evaluate the site. And they did an excellent job evaluating our water quality, determining what system would best accomplish our needs here to produce the amount of water that this plant is ultimately going to be producing. After the water treatment and production facility was completed and we started utilizing the system that Pureflow had provided, we immediately experienced positive results. The MCLs, which were 3 times the acceptable limit, all of a sudden were non-detect. Their product has been very effective in the filtration through the pressure vessels for the city, and we're very happy with it. Pureflow absolutely made sure our deadlines were met. We didn't have any problems with shipping or vessel preparation. The media was here on site, ready to be installed before the plant was actually even ready to come online. So they had everything here on site well in advance to meet our deadlines.
The Stowe Water Department has iron, manganese, and some hydrogen sulfide. Prior to contacting Pureflow, they were sequestering. After use for several years, the state required them to remove the iron and manganese from the system. At that point, we contacted Pureflow. They came in, we pilot tested, and after successful pilot testing, we ended up building this beautiful facility. The Pureflow media turned out to be the most cost-effective for the Stowe Water Department. The high surface loading rates and the ability to reclaim the backwash water and the requirement for less backwashing ended up producing more water over the same amount of time, and also generated a less cost for infrastructure because the filters were smaller than the other systems that we had tested. Pureflow Filtration has the most personalized service of any company I've ever been involved with. We can pick up the phone and call and get somebody, usually one of the owners, at a moment's notice. They have been back to the Stowe water treatment plant, I'm going to have to say 4 or 5 times since the warranty was up. Just they're in the area, they stop by to make sure that everything is working the way it's supposed to be and that you're completely satisfied with everything that they've done, and they continue to follow up to make sure that there's no problems whatsoever down the road.
The water quality in our area is actually pretty good. We have no man-made products in our drinking water system, but we do have a natural iron content to the water that was manifesting itself in aesthetic complaints by our customers. Rusty water, stained laundry, and stains in general. I would have to say that Pureflow gave personal attention to our situation. In fact, Archie McDonald spent many hours discussing the problem with me. We went and did the pilot study a couple of days together so that I could verify what he was telling me was actually happening. And after the Pureflow system was installed, Archie did get back to us several times when we had questions. We could give him a call. He gave us his personal number. It's been a very good relationship with Pureflow. We actually didn't really call Pureflow. We knew we needed to go to a filtration system. So we brought in several manufacturers, and we actually selected Pureflow out of the other two that we had brought in. And the reason we selected Pureflow was for a number of reasons. One being the size, the footprint of the system itself was smaller than the other ones. Pureflow had a much shorter wash time and rinse time than the others, so that meant that we would have less lost product to do our washes. And the fact that we didn't have to add any chemicals to the treatment to get the filtration system to work, was a big plus to us. My job at the company also covers handling water quality complaints. And since we've installed Pureflow, I'd have to say my job has become almost like the Maytag man. I went from handling hundreds of complaints per year down to below 50 this year.
A little history on the water in Fredericton. We're in manganese. Most of our wells are fairly high in manganese, and we're experiencing a lot of deposit, staining in our fixtures, that sort of thing. So we called a company such as Pureflow, who specializes in manganese removal, a proprietary system, to help with their expertise in implementing a system that would remove the manganese and provide an aesthetically pleasing water, manganese-free, to the residents of the city of Fredericton. Our first system was installed in 1984. It was not a Pureflow system. We had some problems that were unique to the system itself. Pureflow helped us address those issues and came up with a very innovative idea of designing a different style of underdrain that wasn't susceptible to breakage and loss of media. So Pureflow's knowledge of the system really helped us resolve the issues that we were having. Pureflow's media treated the problem. Let me put it this way. The average influent of manganese coming into the plant is 1 milligram per liter. In most cases, the effluent, which is the water leaving the treatment facility, is less than 0.01. So the effectiveness and how well Pureflow's media treats our water is obvious in the quality of the water leaving the plant. I understand Pureflow's media has the ability to treat a whole array of different metals, and of course we would contact them if another metal manifested itself in our water to see if it was effective in resolving that issue. Briefly describing our experience with Pureflow, I would say it's a company that listens to its customers. They're ever evolving would probably be a key word. They are innovative in addressing issues that they've experienced and their customers have explained to them, and they come up with new ideas and ways of resolving issues that they've experienced and or their customers have experienced with their equipment and or similar equipment.
The Snowbird Water Treatment Plant in Salt Lake County, Utah, had a unique set of challenges to begin with, due to its location in an abandoned silver mine at a 9,000-foot elevation. But they were more than satisfied with the results they received from the Pureflow team.
I feel we have a relationship that I can call them at any time, and they will help walk me through whatever issue it may be, whether it's a contaminant, operational, anything to do with our filter plant. They're very heavily service oriented, and I think that's very critical because oftentimes I feel like people will buy a plant and then they're kind of left out there to fend for themselves. I would rate Pureflow's performance among the top in the industry. The reason that we continue to work with them is because of their ability to answer our questions, help us with service issues, and that they're progressive. And I think right now, that as far as arsenic removal goes, those guys are on the cutting edge, and I'd recommend them to just about anybody. Through my experiences of working with the engineers and representatives at Pureflow, I think they make a product that is better than anyone else's. Their attention to detail is, very high. They know how to make a water treatment plant. They have the experience. They know what instrumentation, what valving, what piping, everything that you need in a package, and they're simple to work on. Should we have another contaminant issue, we would definitely go to Pureflow first to see if we could get their assistance to get them out. I can't say enough good about their ability to assist us with our unique problems.
Like Snowbird, the Park City Water Department also uses mine water for a water source. Park City chose Pureflow from among the 4 companies they brought in for pilot programs when they wanted to lower their arsenic levels to comply with EPA standards.
Pureflow's media treated our water in an excellent manner. The water, our arsenic averages between about 80 parts per billion as it comes into the system. So the media that they use, that we have in our filters, brings it consistently down to below 5 parts per billion. Pureflow's attention to detail is top-notch. They are number one as far as I'm concerned. Their customer service, whenever I've got a question, I can call them immediately, and their people are online with me. We take care of the problem, and we have solutions within just a matter of minutes, if not hours.
The groundwater treatment plant at Mammoth Lakes, California, was built in 1994 by Pureflow Filtration. In 2005, the Water District decided to remediate their filters to meet the new arsenic guidelines, and Mammoth Lakes called Pureflow for the remediation project.
Originally at this plant we had Pureflow's product number PM100 media. When we remediated the plant, we installed Pureflow's PM200 media. We decided to install Pureflow's media at this plant because we had had success before with their media and had a good relationship with their organization. The media that we installed in this plant is working quite well. We're getting the reductions and results that we were expecting, and we're very happy with it.
The Pureflow system for fluoride removal is an improved design for the water treatment industry, combining a highly absorptive activated aluminum media with a chemical treatment system to provide a simple, safe, compact process with PLC-based automatic controls, requiring a minimum attendance by operations personnel.
What a lot of engineers and owners do not recognize is that fluoride treatment is really a two-treatment process. They tend to look at it as just taking the fluoride out of the water, and no one looks at how much difficulty is there in handling the fluoride once you get it captured on the media. And now you capture on the media, in theory you just backwash it off. Well, we have to treat the backwash water that is high in fluoride, and we have worked and done research that allows us to precipitate this fluoride and then move it into a filter press and have this fluoride meet the TCLP test so it can be disposed of safely to a regular landfill.
Pureflow is actively involved in the development of treatment processes for the removal of radium, uranium, perchlorate, and other contaminants. Pilot filter testing is required to verify the treatability of raw water, to predict the performance of a full-scale water treatment plant, and to optimize its efficiency. Raw water quality can vary significantly, and such variability will affect contaminant removal efficiency. Field pilot testing of the proposed removal system is strongly recommended. Comprehensive raw water quality analyses should be performed, and the data evaluated prior to pilot testing to determine all of the constituents that may affect the specific treatment process. The Pureflow Filtration Division Mobile Pilot Filter Laboratory contains 4 6-inch ID by 6 feet high pilot filter columns. Each column has 5 electrically actuated control valves and a PLC-based control panel that allows the filters to be operated 24 hours a day. Functions include automated backwashing and chemical pretreatment controls. The 4 pilot filters can be loaded with identical media with different pretreatment schemes, or each can be loaded with different media with different pretreatment schemes. Installed online instrumentation includes pH, ORP, turbidity, and chlorine analyzers. 4 chemical storage tanks are installed for oxidant, acid, caustic, or coagulant feed, with multiple chemical metering pumps, each followed by an inline static mixer to provide the required pretreatment. Centrifugal pumps and water tanks for backwash storage and backwash water reclaim are also included. Standard equipment in the Mobile Pilot Filter Laboratory are the water quality instruments necessary for raw and filtered water testing. You've seen how Pureflow works closely with municipal and consulting engineers to design, specify, and manufacture water treatment processes that meet or exceed health standards. Pureflow also forms joint venture associations with engineering contractors and consulting engineers to provide a qualified team approach to design, build, and operate water treatment plant facilities. Now, what can Pureflow do to resolve your water quality problem?